having a look at adding, subtracting and multiplying polynomials. Now when we see the word polynomial, we're talking about an equation that has multiple terms. So that's poly means many, nomial terms. So we're looking at two different ones here. We've got a cubic and we've got a linear. We could do this with quadratics, etc., just multiple terms. So we've got f of x is equal to x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. G of x is equal to 2 minus 3x. So we've just got those two equations. We would normally see them as y equals, but we're in our function notation at time of the unit, so that's how we are referring to those. Now we can do f of x plus g of x. That just means grabbing that equation, that expression there. So we'll put our x cubed minus 2x squared plus x, and we're going to add to that 2 and minus 3x. Then we just go along and collect like terms. So we've got an x term here and an x term there. So we've got plus x minus 3x. So when we simplify that, we'll get x cubed minus 2x squared. We'll have minus 2x plus 2. And that's what all these questions are, just those normal rules with algebra and applying those, just a different type of notation. Here we've got f of x take away g of x. So we're going to have our x cubed take 2x squared plus x. This time I'm going to put a bracket around it just so I know I'm subtracting the 2, but I'm also subtracting the minus 3x, which means we end up with minus 2 plus 3x when we do that subtraction. So we've got our plus x and we've got a plus 3x. So we've got x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x take away 2 when we subtract that. We can also do multiplying, so we can do 3 lots of f of x, so that's just 3 outside of x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. So I'll just expand that bracket and get 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x. I can also multiply one term by the other. So I'm just going to do the x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. And I'm going to multiply that by 2 minus 3x. So I'm just going to go along and multiply them all by 2 and then multiply them all by negative 3x. So when I multiply by 2, I'll get 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x. And then I'll get minus 3x to the power of 4. I'll get positive, when I do negative 3 times negative 2, I'll get plus 6x, and that will be to a power of 3. And then I'll have the minus 3x times x, which will give me minus 3x squared. I'll then need to simplify those, so I've got two terms that have x to the power of 3. So that is going to be, and I'll bring that over here, so 2x cubed plus 6x cubed is going to be 8x cubed. I've got minus 4x squared and I've got minus 3x squared, so that'll be minus 7x squared. I've got plus 2x and I've got minus 3x to the power of 4. So I've simplified that as my final answer.